Part 1. My wife cheated on me with a taxi driver. I found out in the most ridiculous way possible. Hey Reddit, this is going to be a long one, so buckle up. I've been lurking for years but never thought I'd be writing something like this. Honestly, I still feel like I'm living in a bad movie. I 34 years old men have been married to my wife 32 years old Femme, let's call her Lena, for 6 years. We don't have kids, thank God for that now, and until recently, I thought we were happy. At least I thought we were. Lena works in fashion retail, so she's always moving between locations, showrooms, client meetings, you name it. About a year ago, she started using Uber a lot more. She used to drive herself, but suddenly she hated parking and the stress of traffic, so I didn't think much of it. We live in a big city, so it's normal. At first, it was nothing. Just the usual. Gotta call an Uber, running late. Traffic is a nightmare today. The driver's super sweet, he always has gum and water. Then she started mentioning him by name. Oh, Ahmed again. He's so punctual. Ahmed's my favorite, I swear he's psychic, always shows up just when I need a ride. At that time, I didn't find it odd. I trusted her. Hell, we'd been through some tough times, financial struggles, a failed business attempt, even a health scare. I never imagined this would be the hill our marriage died on. Anyway, one weekend, we were supposed to go out for dinner. Lena bailed last minute, saying she had to help her sister move. She left all dolled up like she was going to a gala. Red flag? Probably, but I was too wrapped up in work and trusting to question it. She started coming home late more often. At first, she had excuses. There was a huge sale at the store. We had to stay late for inventory. My phone died, sorry I didn't reply. And like an idiot, I kept buying it. I started noticing weird things, though. Her Uber history was always wiped clean. She suddenly had 2 phones, one for work. She was always texting, but never smiled at the screen like before. Just blank, cold stares. But I still didn't suspect cheating. Maybe stress? Maybe a fight with a coworker? I was too naive, too trusting. One night, I came home from work early. Her handbag was on the table, and her work phone was plugged into the charger. Normally, she never leaves it out. I don't like snooping, but something felt off. I looked. That's when I saw it. A message from Ahmed. Same time tomorrow? Miss your laugh already. I felt like the floor disappeared under me. That was just the beginning. I wish I could say I confronted her then. I didn't. I needed to know more. I needed to be sure before I blew up my entire life. That's when I made a plan. Part 2. My wife cheated on me with a taxi driver. I found out in the most ridiculous way possible. I installed a GPS tracker on her car. Yes, I know she didn't drive anymore, but she still had the car parked in our garage. Occasionally, she'd use it. One random Thursday, she said she had to go pick up supplies from a warehouse for work. But the tracker showed her parked near a small cafe on the other side of town. Weird, even weirder. Her car didn't move for 2 hours. That same night, I asked how her day went. She said, and I quote, my back's killing me from lifting boxes. I was stuck in traffic half the day. Liar. So now I knew she was cheating. I still didn't know how far it had gone, or if this Ahmed guy was really the one. Maybe he was just one of several. I couldn't rule it out. I was angry, yes, but also curious. Betrayed, but still patient. So I did something kind of twisted. I created a fake Uber account. Yeah, I signed up as a rider, even used a burner phone number. Then I started requesting rides at random hours, trying to match Ahmed's location to my requests. On the 3rd night of trying, bingo. I got him. He picked me up at a gas station 2 neighborhoods away. The moment I got in, I recognized the name on the dash, Ahmed A. The same one Lena wouldn't shut up about. He was friendly, polite, middle-aged. I'd guess early 40s. He even offered me gum. Of course he did. I made small talk. Me. Busy night, Ahmed? Not really, just dropped off someone. Regular client of mine. Real sweet woman. Oh, I bet. Me. Yeah? What's her name? He laughed. Confidential, my friend, but she calls me more than Uber support does. So that confirmed it. That night I followed up by checking Lena's work phone. She'd gone to shower and left it out again. I opened her hidden messaging app. Yes, she had one, stupidly named Notes Plus. Inside? Photos. I wish I hadn't looked. There she was, in the backseat of a car, his car, wearing a red dress I bought her last Christmas, straddling him. Text over the photo. I can't wait till we're alone again. You make me feel alive. Alive, huh? I felt dead inside. I copied every message, every photo, every timestamp, then I backed it all up on a USB drive. I didn't confront her that night. Or the next. I wanted her to dig her own grave deeper. And oh boy, she did. Hey Reddit, here's part 3, and yeah, this is where the story starts going off the rails. So, I now had proof. Photos of Lena and Ahmed in his car. Flirty texts, lies about her schedule. I still hadn't confronted her. Instead, I acted normal. I kissed her goodnight. I made her coffee in the morning. I even complimented her outfits, the same ones she wore to bang her driver. I was playing dumb, but inside, I was boiling. Then, the universe handed me a gift. The surprise weekend. My company was hosting a retreat out of town. One of those team building things. I told Lena about it. She barely looked up from her phone and said, "Okay, have fun, babe. I might visit my sister that weekend." Bingo. I left Friday morning, but I didn't actually go to the retreat. I pretended to go, packed my bag, left home, even texted my boss and called in sick. Then I came back an hour later and parked a block away. Waited. At 6:14 p.m., a familiar white Toyota Camry pulled into our driveway. Ahmed. I crouched behind a neighbor's hedge, phone in hand, heart pounding. Lena came out in a black dress I'd never seen before, stilettos, full makeup. She looked like she was about to walk into a nightclub, not visit her sister. She slid into the back of the car like she'd done it 100 times. And they didn't drive away. The car rocked, lights dimmed, 15 minutes, then I saw exactly what I didn't want to see, her face in the back window. Lips parted, eyes closed. She was having sex with him in the backseat right in front of our house. I almost threw up. I recorded 40 seconds of it before I had to stop. It felt like filming a horror movie, except I was the main character. When they finally pulled out of the driveway, I rushed into the house, shaking. I went straight to her laptop, opened her messages again. She had written to Ahmed just hours earlier, "Hubby's out of town. Let's be naughty." That was the final nail. But I wasn't going to just yell and scream. No, I was going to burn her slowly. And I had just the right plan. Hey Reddit, back with part 4. If you've read the previous parts, you know where we're at. I caught Lena having sex with her Uber driver Ahmed, in his car, in our driveway, while I pretended to be out of town. I had the evidence, photos, videos, texts. And now it was time for payback. But first, I needed calm. That weekend, I stayed in a hotel. Just sat on everything I knew. Processed it. I didn't drink, didn't rage, I just planned. When I came back home Sunday night, Lena was already there. In sweatpants, no makeup, hair in a messy bun. The innocent wife look. She kissed me like nothing happened. "Lena, how was the retreat?" "Me. Boring. How was your sister's?" She didn't even blink. "Exhausting. She's moving to a new place, so much junk to help her pack." I wanted to scream, but I smiled. "Glad you're back." Inside, I was sharpening a metaphorical knife. Monday morning. I met with a lawyer. Told him everything. Showed him screenshots, timestamps, the video. He nearly choked on his coffee. This is one of the clearest cases I've ever seen. We talked divorce, no kids, joint savings, apartment under my name. Lena was going to walk away with nothing but shame and lies. But I wanted more. I wanted her to feel it. So I didn't file right away. I waited 3 more days. Thursday night, I invited friends over. I told Lena I wanted to have a small dinner, reconnect, celebrate us. She seemed weirded out but agreed. I invited 8 people. 3 of my closest friends, 2 of hers, and the rest mutual. She got all dolled up, thinking it was some kind of romantic gesture. She even brought wine. Halfway through dinner, I tapped my glass and said, "Hey guys, I have a little surprise video to show. Just a funny thing I found last weekend." Lena laughed nervously. "What is it?" I connected my phone to the TV. And hit play. 40 seconds. No sound. Just the rocking car, her face, her dress, her moans clearly visible even through glass. Then it cut to a still image of their texts. Silence. Dead, cold silence. "Lena. What the F*** is this?" She stood up, red-faced. I stayed seated, calm. "That's you, cheating on me in the back of a taxi. While I was out of town. Funny, huh?" She exploded, screamed, called me a psycho, said it was taken out of context. "I kid you not," she said. "I was just comforting a friend. We weren't having sex." In a moving car, with her bra hanging on the rearview mirror. Her own friends walked out. Mine stayed, one even clapped. That was the night Lena lost everything. Part 5. You'd think she'd be humiliated. You'd think she'd leave quietly. Oh no, you don't know Lena. The very next day, she flipped the narrative. She started texting people, including my friends, telling them I'd doctored the footage. She claimed I was emotionally abusive, that I had manipulated her into staying in a cold, loveless marriage. She even said I'd hired someone to fake the video. One of her texts literally read, "He's trying to destroy me because he knows I was finally going to leave him. This is punishment." Lies. All of it. I had been nothing but loyal, patient, supportive, but Lena had a talent for turning into the victim the moment she got caught. And believe it or not, some people believed her. A couple mutual friends messaged me saying, "Hey man, I don't know what's going on, but if this is revenge stuff, that's not okay." Revenge? You mean exposing the truth? I was done with the games. I filed for divorce that week. No warning, no discussion. The papers were served to her while she was at work. She showed up at home 3 hours later, hysterical. She barged in screaming, "How dare you embarrass me in front of everyone? You think this is funny? You just want to see me suffer. Me. You've been cheating on me for months. So, I had needs. You've been boring, dead inside for a year. Ahmed makes me feel alive." There it was again, that phrase. Alive, like I was just a placeholder until someone with a working steering wheel showed up. She kept screaming, "You're ruining my life." I laughed. "No, Lena, you did that all by yourself. I just turned the lights on." She ran to our bedroom, slammed the door, and locked herself inside for hours. Crying, screaming into pillows, texting God knows who. Probably Ahmed. The cherry on top? Ahmed messaged me. I kid you not. This moron messaged me from some burner number saying, "You don't deserve her. She's a goddess and you treated her like a maid. Be a man and let her go." I responded with one line. "I'll let the courts handle this goddess. Good luck keeping her once she's broke." Because yes, I froze the joint account. Transferred my half into a private one. Lena, she had about $140 in hers. The apartment lease? Under my name. The furniture? Bought by me, on record. The car? Mine. She had nothing. And soon, she'd have nowhere to go. Hey Reddit, here we are. Part 6, the final chapter of this absolute circus. If you followed this far, thank you. I didn't think writing this out would help me, but it's been weirdly healing. Let's finish this. So, Lena had been exposed, publicly humiliated, and served divorce papers. She was spiraling, hysterical, angry, broke, and trying to gaslight anyone who'd listen. But it wasn't over, because she still had one move left. And it was pathetic, the desperate cry for sympathy. A few days after the blow-up, Lena posted a huge Instagram story dump. Black and white selfies, sad music, vague captions like, "You never really know someone until they betray you. Healing, growing, learning. When trust is gone, what's left?" Then came the kicker, a picture of her in a hoodie, no makeup, puffy eyes, caption, "Cheated on. Abused, left with nothing, but all rise." Cheated on? She was trying to flip the script publicly, and surprisingly, a few people bought it. She even tagged some women's support accounts, claiming she had been emotionally manipulated and isolated for years. I didn't engage publicly. I didn't need to, because karma handled that for me. The Uber bombshell. Turns out, Uber has strict policies for its drivers, especially regarding inappropriate conduct with clients. Especially sexual conduct in a vehicle. So I reported Ahmed, with the video, with timestamps, with screenshots. He got banned, permanently. 2 days later, Lena showed up at my door, makeup running, hair fried, wearing pajama pants and slippers. "You ruined his life. You got him fired. How could you be so heartless?" I looked her straight in the eye. "You destroyed your own life. I just made sure no one else gets in the back of his car and ends up like me." She slapped me, hard, then ran off crying. The fallout. The divorce was finalized 2 months later. Lena tried to get spousal support, denied. Tried to claim emotional distress, denied. She had no evidence. I had all of it. She moved in with her sister for a while, then, according to mutual friends, tried to move in with Ahmed, who ghosted her after losing his job. No money, no apartment, no lover, just consequences. Meanwhile, I cleaned house, got a promotion, took a solo trip to Iceland, bought a dog, and for the first time in years, I felt peace. Final thoughts. To anyone going through something similar, trust your gut. If something feels off, don't gaslight yourself. Don't rationalize. Look deeper. And when the truth comes out, don't stoop to their level. Let the truth do the work. Let the fallout speak for itself. Thanks for reading, Reddit.